Hey everyone, I hope you're okay. I have transcribed CNY's live interview with Jagger. It's literally just everything that Jagger has said to this interviewer, nothing else. So let's get into it. So Jagger says that him and Kylie were not on the best terms during the week leading up to the party. They were not getting along. He said they fought occasionally. He says that night, the night of the party, that he had decided to be nice to her. He doesn't know why, but he decided that night that he was going to be nice to her. He said that he was trying to talk to her and she was very excited that he was trying to talk to her. He says then, after a conversation most of the day, she starts to ignore him after 10:30 p.m. He said that no matter what, she was always on her phone, whether she was at a party or not. He goes on to say that there's no reason that she should have ignored him like that. He also goes on to say, so I don't know. It's really odd to me. He said in the videos that she took on her phone that night at the party, she seemed pretty drunk, slurring her words and stuff. But she wasn't like blacked out. She wasn't like hammered, but she was pretty drunk, he said. He said she had energy in the videos. The interviewer asked Jagger if he thought she had been assaulted. Jagger said the last video that she had was somewhere around 11 p.m. when she was taking shots in someone else's car. He said he does not believe that she was assaulted. He said that he truly believes the autopsy. He says that he knows that especially if she was drunk, she would have tried to beat the out of anyone that was trying to mess with her. Wouldn't have mattered who it was, he said. That's how Kylie was. He said she was very tough and she knew how to defend herself. He said there's no question, like even if she was drunk, she would have been able to defend herself. She would have whooped some. So then he goes on to say that he finds it very hard to believe that anyone would have been able to overpower her. He says that is why he's so incredibly hesitant about something happening to her. He said that's why he believes the accident narrative more than somebody did something to her, because he's saying that even if she was drunk, nobody would have been able to overpower her. Nobody would have been able to mess with her. She would have whooped some. He says, especially if it's Nate. He said, Nate is not strong, not tough. He's if I'm being honest. Those are his words. He goes on to say that Nate is 3 inches taller than him. He tried to fight Nate 3 times and Nate would not fight him. The interviewer asked Jagger, do you think Sammy could have helped Nate try to kidnap her? He said, anyone seeing us ready to fight would say he would win, but he was no. Kylie would have killed both of them, even absolutely trashed. I know that. That's why I'm so lost. That's why he's pushing an accident, because nothing else makes any sense to him. CNY asked the interviewer, was Kylie even dating Nate? Like, what is the deal with all of this? Did you ask Jagger about all of this? And she said, yes, I did. And he said that she was with Nate, but she was with Jagger on the side. But they had not been getting along the past week or so. He said that's why he's so lost, because he just can't grasp that in his mind. Then the interviewer asked, so do you believe she really drove herself into the lake? Jagger responded, Kylie had a knife in her car that he had given her, and he knows that she would not be afraid to use it. Then he goes on to say he doesn't know what to believe anymore. He just doesn't know. He said he knows Kylie better than anyone, but he's so confused. Like, he just doesn't understand what could have happened. He goes on to say she made 2 right turns leaving the party and then drove down a hill when she was supposed to make 2 left turns. She knew how to get out of there. I've been in the car with her when we were both drunk. She drove out from that same exact spot, and she did just fine. She had been there. She had been to over 20 parties at that exact location, half of them with Jagger, half of them with Nate. He says, I don't know how someone else would be involved, but also don't know how she could have done it herself. The interviewer says to him, you know, I have about a 20-minute video I caught yesterday that I'd like you to see. He responds, people keep saying there's no pictures and videos, but there is. He said that he logged into Kylie's Snapchat and there's videos of her at the party. He has them. He knows that it happened and that they are time-stamped and location stamped and everything. He says that she told him before the party she was going and she was planning on getting wasted. The interviewer tells Jagger to hold on to those videos tight. Interviewer then questions, was she with Sammy, like Sammy claims at the party? Jagger says, not in any of the videos that he saw or anyone else's videos from the party. They were never together. The interviewer said, but Kylie knew she had to drive, right? Jagger said that he in fact never saw any video evidence of Sammy being at the party. He said that the last thing that he had heard from Kylie herself was that she was going and she had a designated driver who was supposed to be Connor, but then everyone was saying that it was supposed to be Sammy because Connor ended up drinking too much. The interviewer then says, well, who is this Connor? Is this person a good dude? Jagger said, yes, this person's good, in his opinion. The interviewer then asked Jagger, well, who took Sammy home? Jagger says he got the call that Kylie was missing. Everyone told him to talk to Connor, but Connor was still asleep. And he said he had no clue who took Sammy home. He's been wondering that for a while and trying to find out. Jagger insists that Kylie could not stand Sammy. He says he was actually on the phone with Kylie during the party and that Kylie sent him videos of the party. The interviewer says to Jagger that the only news I have for you is that my friend, who is an ex-cop, has the black box information from the car. Jagger says, I was told that couldn't be found. The interviewer says, he won't tell me what is on it, though, and he doesn't know I'm talking to you either. Jagger says, okay. Jagger says, the cops told me there wasn't any info to be found. That's crazy. They said there was no black box in the car. Then he goes on to say that won't do anyway, though. Like she left the party and went into the water. That's all already known. The interviewer says, because if someone else was in the car, everyone will know. It does exist. The only thing it could tell is a conversation if there was anyone else. That little bit didn't make sense there, but that's exactly how it was said. I don't know why it's so hush-hush if it's no big deal. Jagger says, well, since when does that exist? What the F? I thought they were only tracking. The cops told me there was no black box in the car. There we have it, guys. That's everything. Meat and potatoes only. Enjoy. Thanks. Bye.